I'm pleased to be back again with you on the very point we left off in our first lesson. My purpose for doing this recording is to change and redirect the trajectory of your thinking when it comes to the issue of history. Today, I will be taking you through the content of this research book on the African contribution to the human civilization. This is the manuscript of the book, and the content goes like this. First, it starts with some facts that are worthy of note, and then with the dedication. Then Zion Mike, our commentary on the urgent need for all Africans to unite, and then you get to the introduction. The text, the research, is divided into two different sections. The first section covers human history of civilization. And under that very section of human history of civilization, you will get to read a chapter 1 that says, Black is the original color of human being. Chapter 2, Africans created a civilization. Dogs, they were first to have civilized and have passed on that civilization onto the rest of the known world. Excuse me. Then chapter 3, Africans, the more ruled Europe for over 700 years. And to be precise, is 900 years, beginning from 711 AD up until 1492 AD. And then the section 2 treats the barbarian white slaves versus the transatlantic slave trade. So the section 2 juxtaposes the barbarian white slaves and the transatlantic slave trade. Then the chapter 4, the transatlantic slave trade was possible because of the greed of some African leaders. And then you go on to the bibliography. So this is the content of the research book that I have carried out on the contributions of the Africans to the human civilization. Like I said before, my main purpose for this broadcast is to redirect the trajectory of your thinking along the path of truth and equality. Because at the end of this book, you will discover that everybody and every nation have played a part towards their human development and advancement. And so no one group of people should be given credit for it. So every nations and every people have made contribution, their respective contribution to human civilization. The human civilization is not something that was created in the Western world only in the 17th and beginning from 16th century. No. The human civilization is much more older than that. It ranges or it spans across some 2 millennia. And so it is not true to say that the human civilization was created recently in the Western world during what is called the Industrial Revolution. So we are going to have to go into this very subject together, and we will explore the depth of the contributions of the African to the human civilization. This very work is not a comprehensive history book, but is looking into human history from the African perspective, telling you and bringing to your notice those things that the black nations has contributed to the human civilization. I find it necessary to do these very broadcasts because I know that the narrative in the world today is not the same. It's a wrong narrative because the black nation have been presented as people who haven't contributed anything to the human civilization. And nothing could be further from the truth. And that was what actually challenged me and motivated me to actually do research to see the validity of that claim and that propaganda. And what I have found personally, I found that the narrative today in the mainstream media is nothing but erroneous. So I will join you and encourage you to come with me on a literary tour as I take you through the history of what the black nations has contributed to the human civilization. I am pleased to do this broadcast with you.